What happens when a television show's growing ratings problems are followed by another public controversy involving its biggest stars? Over the past few weeks, The View has found itself at the center of one headline after another. And now, a brand new incident is adding even more fuel to an already heated debate. From ABC's ongoing struggles to the public reaction surrounding Sunny Hostin and her family, the latest developments have many viewers asking whether the show's image is becoming harder to repair with each passing week. But what allegedly happened during a public appearance in New York has everyone talking, and the crowd's reaction may have created an even bigger problem than anyone expected. Before we get into all the details, if you enjoy Hollywood news, media controversies, and the biggest entertainment updates, make sure to subscribe to the Woke Watch and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. Welcome back, everyone. As of August 2nd, 2026, ABC and its parent company, Disney, continue facing growing scrutiny as The View struggles to shake off weeks of negative headlines. Throughout July, conversations surrounding the daytime talk show have focused not only on its declining ratings, but also on the increasing number of controversies involving several of its most recognizable hosts. And according to many critics, the show's challenges are no longer limited to what happens inside the studio. Instead, much of the attention has shifted to what its hosts are doing outside of television, where public appearances, interviews, and political activism continue generating headlines of their own. One of the biggest stories in recent days has centered around Sunny Hostin following the widely discussed incident involving her son, Gabriel Hostin. The situation quickly became a major talking point after reports surfaced regarding an alleged trespassing violation, leading to widespread discussion across social media and entertainment news outlets. However, it wasn't just the incident itself that attracted attention. Much of the criticism focused on Sunny Hostin's reaction during the encounter, particularly after body camera footage began circulating online. Many viewers pointed to her repeated references to her son's educational background, specifically emphasizing that he was a Harvard graduate, as she defended him throughout the interaction. That detail alone sparked an entirely new debate. Some people argued she was simply standing up for her son during a stressful situation. Others believed those comments came across as an attempt to use personal status or academic credentials to influence how the incident was being handled. Either way, the controversy quickly expanded beyond the original story, and that's where another major development reportedly unfolded. According to reports circulating online, several hosts from The View, including Sunny Hostin, Whoopi Goldberg, and Joy Behar, were recently seen participating in another public demonstration in New York focused on free speech and political issues. But instead of the event drawing support, it allegedly turned into another controversial moment after some members of the public confronted the hosts directly. According to multiple accounts, portions of the crowd began criticizing Sunny Hostin over the recent controversy involving her son, with some people repeatedly accusing her of hypocrisy. Several individuals reportedly questioned why she continued highlighting Gabriel's Harvard background, arguing that a university degree shouldn't have any impact on how law enforcement handles a situation. And that's when the exchange reportedly became much more heated. Witnesses claim Sunny responded by defending her earlier remarks, insisting that mentioning her son's academic achievements wasn't inappropriate, and arguing that he should not automatically be viewed as a criminal because of the incident. According to those reports, she continued explaining that Gabriel is a Harvard graduate and maintained that bringing up that fact while speaking with authorities was completely justified. However, members of the crowd were reportedly unconvinced, and the disagreement only intensified from there. But this was only the beginning, because moments later, another host stepped into the argument, and what happened next created an even bigger controversy. According to reports from the event, members of the crowd began challenging Sunny Hostin over the comments she made during the body cam incident involving her son. Several people reportedly shouted that repeatedly bringing up Gabriel's Harvard background made her sound hypocritical, asking why his education should matter in a situation involving law enforcement. Sunny allegedly fired back, saying that mentioning her son's achievements was completely fair. She reportedly insisted that being a Harvard graduate doesn't make someone a criminal and argued that authorities should have handled the situation differently. She also claimed the incident should have ended with nothing more than a simple warning rather than any formal violation. But instead of calming the crowd, those comments reportedly triggered even louder boos. And then, the spotlight shifted to Whoopi Goldberg. According to the reports, Whoopi stepped in to defend Sunny, criticizing the reaction from the crowd. She allegedly argued that Sunny and her son deserved respect and suggested that much of the backlash was unfair and politically motivated. Those remarks immediately sparked another wave of debate online, with critics accusing the hosts of avoiding the real issue instead of addressing why so many people were upset in the first place. Now, if you've watched the body cam footage that's been circulating online, you'll understand why this story gained so much attention. One of the biggest talking points wasn't simply Gabriel Hostin's alleged trespassing violation, it was Sunny Hostin's repeated emphasis on his Harvard education while speaking with officers. Many viewers felt she brought it up over and over again, almost suggesting that his academic background somehow reflected his character. Another point critics highlighted was her request for officers to reduce the violation to nothing more than a warning. According to the footage, officers reportedly explained multiple times that the violation wouldn't become part of Gabriel's permanent criminal record. Despite those explanations, Sunny continued arguing for a lighter outcome, and that exchange quickly became one of the most discussed moments from the entire incident. But the controversy didn't stop there, because reports now suggest the View hosts are preparing for even more political appearances in the coming months, and that's creating another round of criticism. According to recent reports, the controversy may not be slowing down anytime soon. Several reports claim that the View hosts are expected to participate in multiple events connected to the upcoming midterm election season later this year. If that happens, the political spotlight surrounding the show is only likely to grow even stronger. Critics argue that these constant public appearances are becoming just as controversial as the show itself. Instead of avoiding unnecessary drama, they believe the hosts continue putting themselves in situations that generate even more backlash. Some also believe this approach is beginning to affect how viewers see the program. The discussion is no longer focused only on what happens during the broadcast. It's also about the public image of the hosts and how they respond when they're challenged outside the studio. The Sunny Hostin controversy has become a major example of that. For many critics, the biggest issue wasn't the alleged trespassing incident involving Gabriel Hostin. Instead, it was Sunny's repeated defense of her son by emphasizing that he was a Harvard graduate and her continued requests for officers to issue only a warning. Those moments quickly became the center of online discussion and, according to critics, raised questions about whether celebrity status was influencing the conversation. Whether people agree or disagree, the incident has kept The View, ABC, and Disney in the headlines at a time when the show is already facing increased scrutiny. We'll continue following the story and bring you any major updates as they happen. What do you think? Has the controversy surrounding The View been blown out of proportion, or do you think these incidents are hurting the show's public image? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to The Woke Watch, and turn on notifications for more Hollywood news, media controversies, and entertainment updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.